The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report with Dom and Charles.
Charles, I feel that you and I in many ways are connoisseurs of failure, are connoisseurs of how to just stuff up and destroy your life and get comprehensively cancelled.
I like to think of myself as someone who fails at pretty much everything except for the one thing, which is failure.
Yeah, it's true.
I am a great success when it comes to failure.
Well, but also, Charles, you've never failed comprehensively. This is the thing.
Right, yes.
You've never done anything that basically meant it was all over for you in a way that so many others have.
Yes.
And this brings us to one of the most hilariously dark and twisted attempts to get a promotion that basically ended a career. So Kristi Noem is the governor of South Dakota. She's a Republican. She was listed as one of the leading contenders to be Donald Trump's vice president.
Oh, wow.
Recently, he's been trying to work out who's going to get the lucky position of, towards the end of his next term, being called to be
President.
I was going to say murdered at the US Capitol by an angry mob.
Yes.
As happened with Mike Pence. Or be president, yes.
Or be prepared to do the decent thing.
Yes.
And ratify Donald Trump as having won a historic third term.
Yeah. So Kristi Noem's in the news. She wrote an autobiography to try and basically pitch herself as Trump's running mate.
Oh, cool.
As a national figure. Here's how Inside Edition in the US is reporting the aftermath of what she wrote.
More than half of all American households have a dog. So if you want to be a national political figure, it's probably not a good idea to shoot a dog and then brag about it in a book.
That's what she did. She shot a dog. She shot a dog.
Yes.
And I mean, we know they love guns in America.
I do have a saying. It's probably not a good idea to shoot a dog and then brag about it in a book. That is actually a saying.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
explain more about exactly what she did after this. Let's acknowledge on the way that this is a dark story. We can't say that no animals or children were harmed in the making of it. One of them was shot to death in a gravel pit, Charles. Let's find out why she thought this was a great thing to mention in her autobiography, for which, Charles, she could have chosen any story she wanted.
Yes, because it's her own story.
She chose this story to paint herself in a positive light.
Yeah, right.
In her upcoming autobiography, No Going Back, Noem writes that her wire-haired pointer, Cricket, had an aggressive personality and was untrainable. I hated that dog, Noem writes. She was less than worthless. When Cricket slaughtered the neighbor's chickens like a trained assassin, Noem reveals that she took Cricket to a gravel pit on her ranch in South Dakota and shot her in the head.
Yeah, she shot the dog in the head. A 14-month-old dog.
A puppy.
A puppy.
Puppy. She shot the puppy.
And NBC bothered to go and find a vet to say, you probably should have trained the dog instead of killing the dog.
Isn't the whole point in Hollywood, in screen, you're certainly taught when you're writing screenplays and, movies and TV and stuff like that the simplest way to make a character irredeemably unlikable is to have them hurt a dog. Like, literally, that is it's a cliche, but it's also a truism. Like, you can't, literally, there are movies that riff off the fact that if you have an actor, if you have a character who treats dogs badly, then they are definitely the baddie.
There's also the idea, of Chekhov's gun, where if there's a gun in the picture, it will go off at some point. That doesn't mean that because you own a gun, you have to shoot your dog. Okay.
So what was it? Let's get down to, let's actually be a bit serious about this. What's going through her mind that makes her think this reflects well on me? Like, what? Oh,
I can tell you what the idea was,
Okay,
what
right,
she was
yeah,
going for,
yeah.
right? She can make the tough decisions, Charles.
Yes.
Kristi Noem, if something's got to be done, she doesn't
Yes.
shy away. It does make me wonder what happens if her children misbehave.
If there's a whole lot of cute puppies that need to be taken out, she's the one.
I mean, I know they fetishize guns. I know that this is something that they view as worthwhile. To this degree, apparently not.
I think also, isn't it also that sort of like only left liberals don't shoot puppies in the face? Like, suddenly they're cancelling shooting puppies in the face.
That's right.
That's typical left liberal behaviour.
She really wedged the left into being the side that's against killing puppies.
They're soft on puppies.
Let me ask.
That's what it is. It'll be. There'll be an attacker. I bet you she will be appointed because this is perfect. Of course, Trump's going to pick her as VP now because she's got brand name recognition. You know, she can make the tough decisions. She can shoot the puppies because remember, Trump doesn't like dogs.
Oh,
so
well, that's a bad sign too, isn't it?
Yeah, because Trump is the first president ever, I think,
not to have a dog.
To not have a dog in the White House. Did he end up getting one?
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah.
He got hot dogs. He filled remember that amazing photo where he ordered all those hot dogs for the football team? But no actual dogs. So you think Trump will like it? Well, maybe it will appeal to Trump.
Yes, because then if any cute puppies come onto the grounds of the White House, you've got your VP there ready to take them out.
Well, he wants a VP who'll take a bullet for him. But failing that, a VP who can deliver a bullet to
the
a
puppies.
dog. So, Charles, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
If you were Kristi Noem and you'd publish this book, your grand centerpiece of your image campaign to be vice president, and she was a leading contender.
Yeah.
Apparently, he wants a woman as the vice president.
As we already know.
Yeah, whether they want to or not, apparently. Yeah. But no, I mean, he's apparently thinking of getting a VP because he realises that abortion's a major problem for him.
Oh, I see, right.
And just having a woman, admittedly one who is incredibly pro-life, he thinks will help. If you're her and you want to try and spin this so that it shows you in the best possible light, what would you say? What would you come out and say in this statement to clarify after the backlash?
Okay. What I would say is I would say the left liberals, you know, the people who can read in this country are twisting my words to mean something that they don't mean it means. Like, just because I shot that puppy in the face is them just misinterpreting it.
Oh, you've been
I didn't mean it literally. I meant it metaphorically. And the puppy in that story actually represented the woke agenda.
And I think Cricket knew that in the final moments as the bullet was.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is, if I'm a metaphor for wokeness, this is okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I would do it.
It's a far better thing that I do. I thought when I was killing the chickens, the chickens were woke in this scenario, but no, it's me. I'm the metaphor for
I'm the woke brigade.
Charles, if you were Kristi Noem and you had to come up with one adjective to describe yourself, what would it be? If you were a MAGA Republican,
it would be.
She's come up with this.
She's come up with this.
I mean, bloodthirsty one that comes to my mind.
No, but like
she's trying to spin it.
She's it's tough. It's what is it? It's tough. It's pro-gun. It's a bit sexy.
Ooh.
Is it sexy?
Oh, wow. Okay, let's take it to another level. The word she uses is authentic.
Oh, it is authentic. You're right.
Authentic. She's the real deal. She says, she wrote on X because, of course, that's where all the nut jobs defend themselves. My hope is anyone reading this book will have an understanding that I always work to make the best decisions I can for the people in my life, even if it means violently removing them from my life. Whether running the ranch or in politics, I'd never passed on my responsibilities to anyone else to handle. She also claimed that under South Dakota law, a dog that hurts livestock can be put down. That's not what South Dakota law says. But anyway, So she's going for the rural vote. She's going for the us farmers know what's what, and you can't tell us that puppies. Unfortunately, no one who promotes themselves as being from a ranch, including like Meghan McCain, for instance, one of the hosts of The Five. This is how bad it's gotten for Kristi Noem. One of the hosts of Five who grew up on a ranch said, "Yeah, we didn't shoot dogs."
Dana, you grew up on a farm. The defense is, hey, this happens all the time. On farms, do you go around just killing innocent little puppies?
No.
So it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
The Chaser Report. News a few days after it happens.
So where to now for Donald Trump's VP selection? Does that mean he's got to find somebody else?
Well, unless, as you say, he thinks this is a great thing. Who can say what Trump will go for? But it is quite a gallery of people who he's got in the mix otherwise.
Why would you sign up? Like, what I don't understand is why anyone's wanting that job.
I mean, Ron DeSantis went straight to the nearest animal shelter and cuddled puppies.
Oh, okay.
And given how bad his instincts are, maybe Kristi Noem's going to win this thing. I don't know. But okay, so who else is in the mix?
I don't think it counts her out. I don't like. Nothing should surprise you in American politics.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, here's a name. Tucker Carlson apparently is on the list.
Oh, he'd be brilliant.
Who's coming to Australia, by the way, soon.
But won't he be seen as a bit uppity by Trump? Isn't the whole point? And didn't he get caught saying a whole lot of horrible things about Donald Trump?
Yeah, but they all have. They've all
right.
said terrible things.
Yeah, right.
This is the guy who went and interviewed Vladimir Putin fawningly. So, I mean, that's probably Trump's main goal always is to appease Putin. So maybe that'll work. Could be. But as you say, he'd want to be the star of the ticket. That wouldn't work for Trump.
That wouldn't work for Trump.
Apparently Ben Carson, do you remember him, the retired neurosurgeon who ran for president and was just spectacularly bad?
Didn't he die?
No, he's still around. He's 72. He was housing secretary and hung at it for a while. Yeah, Ron DeSantis strangely is a Ron DeSanctimonious. Still in the mix.
What about Rob Schneider? Has anyone
That's
reached out?
Very interesting idea.
Yeah,
I think
because he's a mega. He's a mega Republican.
He's a genuine idiot, and I do think.
And we'll never forget Bruce. What's his name?
We would never forget that thing. I was just about to say.
Juice Bigelow.
I honestly think Trump and Juice Bigelow would be.
Juice Bigelow, male gigolo.
Trump Bigelow. 2024. That would actually be
Rob
pretty good.
Schneider.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But only if he did it in character. He couldn't do it as Rob Schneider. That guy sucks. But Juice Bigelow, he had a kind of heart of gold. I could see he could make a video with Stormy Daniels, actually.
Yeah, well, that could be the presidential ticket. Bury the hatchet.
They got on the list, literally. Yeah. Nikki Haley, I don't think so. Carrie Lake's being discussed.
Look, I don't think any of these candidates are nearly bloodthirsty enough.
Vivek Ramaswamy is out there enough. Remember him from the campaign?
Right. But didn't he completely flame out?
He did, and this is the problem. They've all flown. So he wants someone who didn't run against him and lose, I think, possibly.
And I think you need somebody very bloodthirsty. And I'm thinking, Dom, I've got the perfect person. Ben Robert-Smith. You think a puppy shooting a puppy in the face is bad?
Was there a cliff nearby? Was it a gravel pit? That's pretty familiar territory, I would have thought.
Yeah.
BRS. Okay. I think you've got to be eligible for president to run, so he'd have to somehow. I don't think you can do it unless you're born in America. But
he doesn't care about the rules. That's the last thing he cares about.
All right, that's a pretty good idea. I mean, I think the solution's so simple. I can't believe no one said this. It's Don Jr.
Don Jr., yes.
If the first Donald Trump dies, you get another one.
You get another one.
It's like a buy one, get one free. Yeah.
It's like mini-me.
Yeah, he would love to be considered Trump's mini-me.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes total sense. Trump.
Yeah, a Trump ticket. I bet you $1 billion you are correct
He'd
as well.
want Ivanka.
Yes.
He'd love Ivanka to do it, but she's not going to do it.
No.
But I think
partly
Trump.
because she doesn't shoot puppies in the face.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, she turned one into a designer handbag.
I reckon Don Jr.'s probably shot a few puppies in the face.
Oh, they go hunting. I mean, I think Eric's the one particularly, but his kids love going.
Yeah.
It's the kind of big game hunting where you find a magnificent elephant and just execute it with, a semi-automatic rifle. Like that kind of hunting they do.
Yeah.
That'd be great. So, yeah, Trump, you heard it here first. That's who it's going to be. And Kristi Noem, look, you could make a, I don't know, Minister for Agriculture, Secretary for Agriculture or something, and she could just go around and take out any unneeded animals. She and Sarah Palin could actually just get in a helicopter and shoot animals from the chopper.
We should get sort of paid for this. This is like top quality advice. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think if you want ideas, if you're running in the campaign, podcast at chaser.com.au, we can solve any reputation, really. That's how we're still here, somehow.
Our gear is from Road. We are part of the Iconoclast Network.
She shot the dog, Charles. 14 months old, and she shot it. Wow.